Your guys a little bit of contact and get things moving.
Here's Allen. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Allen now looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They'll run with Cook. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They try again with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and then his quick.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now Cook running right. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Allen going to go on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the 1st down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his prime.
Touchdown, Bills! James Cook, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Smith will come in motion right. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on HCA Esports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Hurts to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. That is caught. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drive to the right side and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart, because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with, because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
To the air, Allen. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Amari Cooper, 51 yards. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
A first down carry for Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this will be good. Off the right upright, but he got a favorable bounce, and he gets it to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 35-yard line.
Now Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. On play action, Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Allen going to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
I'm darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now Allen again. Touchdown! Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. They're going to look to throw. He delivered. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on HCA Esports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 68 yards. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Back to throw now on first down. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Allen. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now an option play on 2nd down. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Allen now looks to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Throwing now is Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now.
And now here is another interception. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. He may go. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, that one fell incomplete after being tipped in the air. But I have to tell you, I had a bad flashback of going to head to the stadium stairs in practice. Because what we were always taught, any ball like that, if it's not spiked towards the ground and you actually tip it up, then that's an error on your part, because now you've given hope to the offense, maybe help create a big play for them instead of going up and either intercepting it or knocking it down. I ran many a stadium step for my errors.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. Give them 18 on the play. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Going right back to Dotson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Here's Hurts to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. It'll be Hurts on the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll run it again here with Davis, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. And the slot man goes in motion left. Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Gregory Rousseau able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 74 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A first down carry for Davis. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here now, 2nd and 4. To the air, Allen. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Cook up the gut. Reed Blankenship delivering the hit.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now 2nd and 5. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Again, it's Cook. Shreds the tackle, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that. On HCA Esports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage with their spy and stacked him up.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete.
Knowledge is power.
I will fight with honor.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You gotta find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense gonna be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense...
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Russell Douglas picks it. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. What a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, they get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Already at the line, it's set to go. So remember, they were just out here a moment ago and threw the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football. Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones,
I don't have enough men.
Right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball over grabs the rest of the ball.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. A few of these these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick with that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guys in the offseason, during the week, sometimes just selecting him, the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn it and future contact.
Oh, the turnover fuss continues. Here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will take it. As they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where the Eagles are giving away? It could cost them a ball game.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
This is a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right.
And Hurts is intercepted. His third of the game. Taylor Rapp with a pick. Possession here at their own 33. I'm not sure what they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. What do with interceptions? That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
For justice!
Man is Shakir. Job done. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on.
I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's Allen. Complete to Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch is good for 16 in the first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's down
For justice!
Between those last 2 plays.
I think the offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to move quickly. Well, and that's what they just did.
That's not a valid target. That's not a valid target.
And that would get the on target.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for the passing game. They haven't been well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. You got to make sure you hit it just right.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in. And he has another first down. It's Eagles 18. Good pickup there, 21 yards. 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. 2nd and 5.
I wonder...
Here's Allen to throw it. Shakir holds it in.
For justice!
Shakir from 13 yards out. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Up and good. And it's now 14-0. Offense set to begin their next as they come up 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive? Because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
Job's done. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes the offense get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's a big gain inside. Before being dropped. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down.
How enchanting.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one is incomplete. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on HCA Esports. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 20.
That's not a valid target. 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 That's not a valid target.
The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
You are something else.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up because they will get themselves on the board here at 4. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet. Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field.
I will go forward at any cost. I will fight with honor.
Watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end. Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing now is Allen. Job's done. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Allen going to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete.
Time is running out.
Force the ball free, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect to hit the reset button and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Hurts. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half and several...
Must move quickly.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away.
We don't care for your sort around here.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got his receiver, Cooper. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Job done.
A little blunder.
That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. Now they're looking at 1st and goal.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
That's not a valid target. We don't care for your sort around here.
And a smart play. I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. To the air. Allen. Swinging this out right here for Cole.
As a defense, you're more balanced with your zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the touchdown.
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills'
A little
decision
blunder.
to go for it pays off with 6 points. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 8 now. To kick away. the line. This Philly offense set to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame. And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. Nick made by Terrell Bernard.
We don't care for your sort around here.
I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last I've seen of him in this
Bravo
game.
to you!
Including himself. Just for baseball, the manager would have been in the
We
mound
don't
already
care for
after
your
the
sort
ball.
around
Maybe
here.
Getting a shower, but in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch it.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he gets it down to the 8. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Allen going to go on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keon Coleman from 4 yards out. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Throwing is Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Allen. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dalton Kincaid as the first half is winding down. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
They go play action with Hurts. And now here is another interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And this is Cook with the grab. Now inside the 25. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Cook. And Cook will get in for a Bills touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, The guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
On third down, Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big pickup of 38.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith from 13 yards out. And the Eagles are able to at least get one score back. Elliott good on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. A give. This is Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
At the 49-yard line.
Now Allen. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 32-yard line.
Here's Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw, it's Allen. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A 49-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits. And my goodness, another interception. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah, it's Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Keon Coleman with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception. And now here is another interception. He may go.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he's got it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on HCA Esports. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bills add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that. And my goodness, another interception. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
56, 56. Half 10. What's that?
Now Allen to throw. Throwing to start the drive. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
Operating from the gun. Allen. And complete. Right side to Cook. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
This is caught. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
But that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And they take him down. The Bills get to it. Gregory Rousseau picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And now here is another interception. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throwing middle, and it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Handoff comes to Cook, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Allen. And it's caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe... And my goodness, another interception. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hurts. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Elliott good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offensive...